But I'd like to start off by saying thank you for joining us for this webinar today to learn more about training and development with the Council of Supply Chain Management Professionals, also known as CSCMP. Today, I'm going to be sharing some information about our professional supply chain certification programs, SC Pro Fundamentals and SC Pro Certification. Leading today's call is myself. I'm CSCMP's Director of Professional Development and Marketing. Also on board with me are team members from our educational department here, Allison Krentz and Craig Guyton. We'll be sending you a link of the recording of this webinar once we are finished, so please feel free to contact any of us with questions about today's presentation, CSCMP membership, or other program or event opportunities. I'd like to begin by introducing you first to our organization, CSCMP, and sharing with you why you should consider pursuing a competency-based industry certification from us. CSCMP is a membership association for professionals working within the supply chain industry, so similar in nature to a membership association for other industries like the AMA or the American Medical Association for Physicians or the American Bar Association for Attorneys. We represent all the professionals that work within the end-to-end supply chain. We are unique in the supply chain association space in that we are all-inclusive, representing the end-to-end supply chain, which means our training and development includes all verticals from sourcing to customer service and is applicable to all industries and business types. Additionally, our curriculum is suitable for a range of professionals working in the industry, from the academics who teach supply chain management, to the students pursuing degrees in undergraduate or master's programs, to professionals new to the industry, and finally to professionals currently working in the industry like 3PL providers, manufacturers, consultants, and more. As you can see from this infographic, one of our greatest strengths is our breadth and diversity, which translates to our events and educational programs. CSCMP was founded in 1963, and we currently have over 6,000 members located all over the globe. We offer in-person networking and professional development through our annual global conference, EDGE, in which over 3,000 professionals, educators, and researchers in the supply chain and logistics field attend. You can also access face-to-face learning at the local level. Our organization was built by members for members with the mission to connect, develop, and educate the world's logistics and supply chain management professionals throughout their careers. CSCMP partners with industry experts and leading academics in the field to curate trending content throughout the year and remain a thought leader for supply chain professionals. We partner with academics around the globe to create case studies and research content for members' benefit. Additionally, we annually partner with A.T. Kearney and Penske Logistics to produce our annual State of Logistics report, which since 1988 has presented an overview of the economy during the past year, the logistic industry's key trends, and has been noted as the premier benchmark for U.S. logistics activity. CSCMP has a community-based culture comprised of the most diverse, credible, and educated community in supply chain. With over 10% of our membership community comprised of academic professionals, we remain one of the only associations to maintain a close partnership with leading academic institutions, and we are one of the only organizations that still embraces a true collaboration between thought leaders in industry and academia. To that end, with the assistance of our academic thought leaders, we have built two of the most comprehensive end-to-end supply chain certifications in the industry. Both SC Pro Fundamentals and SC Pro Level 1 are built on a foundation of 8 learning blocks. Our 4 levels of certification are built on the principle of competency-based training. Each level has its own application of knowledge, building on the competency acquired in the previous level. Beginning with the core fundamentals of supply chain management and culminating with a hands-on real-world project in Level 1, SC Pro is an integrative, progressive, and unique curriculum in the supply chain space. No matter where you are in your career development, CSCMP has the resources to help you achieve your goals. Now I'd like to introduce you to our certification programs, which we call SC Pro, the Fundamentals, and SC Pro Level 1. Certification is an investment that demonstrates expertise and leadership. Today's supply chain management profession has evolved dramatically over the past decades. Where professionals used to be skilled in just one area, like procurement or manufacturing, the modern supply chain requires multidisciplinary expertise, demonstrable and quantifiable success, and preferably continuous study of the field. The SC Pro certification program is a multi-level program that validates candidates' in-depth knowledge of all areas of supply chain management. And our program is also known for being very contemporary in that it is on demand, continually updated by both academic and practitioner thought leaders in the industry. And each certification demonstrates excellent qualifications in your area of specialty and sets you apart from the competition. Additionally, it's also proven that certifications generate additional income over the course of your career. As this graphic indicates, a supply chain certificate over a 30-year career can generate over $100,000 in additional earnings. The SC Pro suite of competency training begins with fundamentals, which is comprised of 8 individual vertical-based certifications, and advances to SC Pro levels 1, 2, and 3, which is our 3-tiered certification program and a way for supply chain professionals to show their ability to analyze, design, and implement quantifiable change across the complete range of the end-to-end supply chain function. Progressing through the program demonstrates a clear commitment to growing one's supply chain expertise and a dedication to personal professional development. I'll share a little additional detail on each of the certifications, beginning with SC Pro Fundamentals, which is our foundational training program designed for entry to mid-level professionals. It is comprised of 8 individual vertical-based certifications that can be taken individually or in combination with other certifications to advance skills. It is also recommended for new leaders without formal supply chain training to provide a comprehensive overview of the end-to-end supply chain. The SC Pro Level 1 designation demonstrates a solid foundation of knowledge in all the functions of supply chain management. So where in fundamentals you could specialize in a single vertical, SC Pro Level 1 takes that entire breadth of content, you learn it all at once, and it goes a little bit deeper. So that's why it's our next level and the beginning of the 3-tiered program, Level 1, Level 2, and Level 3. In order to be eligible for SC Pro Level 1 certification, candidates must have a bachelor's degree or 4 years of relevant supply chain work experience. This exam is comprised of 160 multiple choice questions, 20 questions for each of the learning blocks, and has a 4-hour time limit. Candidates are given a formula sheet within the exam, and they may use a calculator and a piece of paper during the exam. The exam does not include any breaks. SC Pro Level 1 mimics the same end-to-end learning blocks of SC Pro Fundamentals, but the exam includes all 8 verticals in one sitting. As I mentioned, the content breadth is similar, but it goes into much more depth than SC Pro Fundamentals. We do still consider this an entry to mid-level range program. SC Pro Level 2 certification candidates are presented with a global supply chain business scenario that requires analysis, identification of areas for optimization, and recommendations for how to make the supply chain more efficient. Successful completion of the SC Pro Level 2 case-based certification exam demonstrates the ability to integrate supply chain management knowledge and problem-solving skills. In order to be eligible for this exam, candidates must have achieved SC Pro Level 1 certification and have a bachelor's degree or 7 years of relevant supply chain management experience. In this exam situation, candidates are given a business scenario to evaluate, and they must write a 500 to 1,000 word essay response that is then reviewed by academic and supply chain industry experts. Where fundamentals and level 1 cover foundational concepts and introduce candidates to the verticals that comprise the end-to-end supply chain, level 2 focuses on more strategic concepts like risk management and network design. SC Pro Level 3 is the initiation of supply chain transformation. This is the highest SC Pro designation and requires an unprecedented use of practical application, a groundbreaking advance among supply chain certifications. Candidates must perform hands-on analysis of a working organization and create a detailed project plan that generates real results, such as increased ROI or improved cycle times. The SC Pro Level 3 is not limited to an independent project. Candidates are paired with an academic advisor who will serve as a mentor throughout the process, and they are then evaluated by a panel of supply chain experts. In order to be eligible for our SC Pro Level 3 exam, candidates must have already achieved both SC Pro Level 1 and Level 2 certifications and have either a bachelor's degree or 7 years of supply chain, a bachelor's degree and 5 years of relevant experience or 9 years of relevant industry experience. We do offer, I don't have a slide on it, but we do offer an SC Pro Bridge exam, which is an alternate to the SC Pro Level 1 exam. Candidates who have a Master's of Supply Chain degree or hold another industry certification would be qualified to sit for the Bridge exam, which is simply a shorter version of the SC Pro Level 1 exam. So instead of the 4-hour exam, it is a 90-minute exam based on the same content. But again, you must hold another industry certification or a master's degree to be eligible to take the shorter test. Organizations knowingly invest in training and development because it impacts retention, employee satisfaction, and ultimately builds healthier and stronger organizations. As stated by one of our academic partners, Chad Autry with the University of Tennessee, and I quote, "More and more companies we work with suggest certifications like SC Pro as one of the few ways that industry can measure if students are ready to assume a fast-track position that can get them ready for senior management. The SC Pro certification is not about the first position a student takes, it's about a career path. The certification demonstrates a student has the preparedness to take on multiple supply chain roles in an organization and will thus accelerate their career," end quote. We do partner with many academic institutions to offer SC Pro Level 1. So if you're a student on the call with us, you can feel free to reach out to find out if your school currently participates. And we also offer arrangements with corporate partners. So if anyone on the call is responsible for training and development of an internal team at your organization, again, contact us separately and we'll talk about options, about package options. So to recap, SC Pro certification has been developed by industry experts. The Level 1 certification exam assesses breadth of knowledge across elements of end-to-end global supply chain management, and each certification proves your dedication to professional development and the industry and increases your value in the marketplace. Show employers your understanding of integrated supply chain management activities. Choose the certification that is right for your level of experience, schedule your exam, and earn your certification. That is the overview of our suite of certifications, and I would now be happy to answer any questions that anyone has. One of the questions, are there any requirements to receive SC Pro before Level 1 or Level 2? So there are no, so for SC Pro Fundamentals, there are no prerequisites. That's an entry-level program that anybody could sit to take. For SC Pro Level 1, we do require an undergraduate degree or 4 years of experience. And as I mentioned, we do partner with several universities to incorporate that within an undergraduate supply chain degree program. For SC Pro Level 2, you would need SC Pro Level 1 and either a bachelor's or 7 years of industry experience. Somebody asked about a comparison on cost of the programs. All that information is on our website, and we'd be happy to send something out, but they do get progressively more expensive with each exam. And there is member, non-member differences in the pricing. So certainly we have more favorable pricing for CSCMP members. Somebody asked about the passing percentage. It's of course different for each exam, but I believe SC Pro Level 1 66% is around 70%. And then I can't speak to the others. I don't have the other data in front of me. Do we have an affiliation with Northeastern University is a recent question. We don't currently, but I would be happy to speak with them if you would like to reach out to our team in the office here and put us in contact with someone there. Another question on the chat board: with 25 plus years of progressive responsibility, is there a test to see where that would land someone? We do have a very basic sort of assessment that wouldn't necessarily tell you where you land within the certification exams, but it could give you a score based on each of the verticals. So for example, within the demand planning vertical, perhaps you achieve an 80% out of 100% score, but in manufacturing, you score 65%. So we do have assessments like that. We tend to use them more for corporate training, but I'd be happy to offer that link out to anybody who's interested in taking it for themselves to see where they stand. The next question is, do we have an affiliation with Michigan State University and the University of Washington? So not in contact currently with the University of Washington. We do not have a formal program with the Michigan State University, but we have several academic members from the university who have participated in a number of our events and educational programs. So again, I'd be happy to speak with somebody about having a more formal partnership. Next question is, how many times do you get to pass a test? So for fundamentals, I believe each exam you get 3 retakes. There is a waiting period between exams. For the bridge exam, you only get 1 chance. If you fail that, you have to take the full version of SC Pro Level 1. And for SC Pro Level 1, we have unlimited retakes, but there is a waiting period between exams of 30 days. Next question is asking about test windows. So we have test windows the second week of every month. So for example, in August, the test window, I'm reading from the question, I think that this is right though, August 13th through the 19th. That means you can take the test any day during that window as long as there is a proctor available. So we use a third-party platform called Question Mark to facilitate the exams. Once you purchase an exam and let us know you're ready to schedule the exam, we put you in contact with that vendor, and then within that week, you have to select a time period when a proctor would be available. So if it was a busy week, there may be limited windows that we haven't actually bumped into that very much. So the next question, is there more value in a CSCMP certification compared to a graduate degree in supply chain? And I would say that they're just different. It's not comparing apples to apples. And it would also depend on, this may be an offline question more specific to your role within the company. So it would depend on the role that you have in the company and what your career path or what you're hoping the path is of your career will take. But I would say our certification, there's a number of them on the market. Our certification is really designed for people who are angling toward management or upper level positions where you would need to understand how all of the verticals of supply chain work together. And that is what makes us different from, say, the ISM certification, which really specializes in 1 or 2 verticals. Ours gives you sort of the overview of the entire supply chain. And then somebody else asked about where you'd be able to find today's webinar. We will be sending out an email with a link of the recording from today's webinar. Another question on the board, once you have a certification, how long is it good for? If you achieve one of the SC Pro Fundamentals certifications, it is good for life. If you achieve one of the SC Pro certifications, the Bridge Level 1, Level 2, or Level 3, Level 3 is good for life. Level 1 requires 30 hours of CEUs every 3 years. 60 hours of CEUs every 3 years. And I believe it's the same for Level 2. So, but you can get CEUs in a variety of ways. You can attend local roundtable educational events, attend our conference. If you are a CSCMP member, you get CEU credits for that. If you volunteer within CSCMP as a committee member, for example, you get CEUs in that way. if you take an advanced degree or classes at a university, all of those examples count. And we would even take competing association events in the industry. So for example, if you went to another association's conference, that would account for continuing education credits. So I think that I've covered all the questions. Any more questions, please type them on the board. I'll give it another minute. So the next question on the board is, can you match your programs which are more supply chain hands-on practitioner focused versus strategy development focused? That's how our certifications progress through the tiers. So level 1 is more hands-on and tactically focused. And as you transition into level 2, you begin to get into more strategic development. And then level 3 is really orchestrating change. So a combination of both of those things. You're welcome. So I think that we've come to the end for today. Again, we'll be sending out a recording of the webinar. It will contain the contact information for myself and the team. So please feel free to reach out with any of us. We're happy to spend time on the phone talking about your unique situation and which exam might be the right fit for you. I want to thank everyone for their time today.